Everyone in the stone mansion believed Zara was nothing, just the quiet maid, the girl who cleaned their expensive marble floors, served breakfast on silver trays, and disappeared before important guests arrived. To Madame Eleanor Stone, she was convenient. To the house staff, she was kind. But to Sophia Bennet, the proud, beautiful woman everyone assumed would soon become Mrs. Adrian Stone, Zara was a problem, and Sophia hated problems. She mocked her, humiliated her, spoke to her like kindness was too expensive for poor people. Because in Sophia's world, girls like Zara were meant to stay on the ground, not breathe too close to rich men, not sit at their tables, and certainly not look Adrian Stone in the eyes. Because Adrian Stone was untouchable, young, cold, powerful, the billionaire heir every woman wanted, tall enough to command silence just by entering a room, sharp jawline, calm billionaire aura, the kind of man whose voice made board members nervous. And according to Sophia, he already belonged to her. But what nobody knew, not Sophia, not Madame Eleanor, not even the entire Stone family, was that Zara was not just a maid. She was Adrian Stone's secret wife. 2 years earlier, they had married in silence. No ballroom, no designer wedding, no society headlines. Just love and a promise, a dangerous promise. Because Adrian knew his world. Money changed people, power exposed people, and his mother would never accept a woman she called ordinary. So he asked Zara to stay hidden, just for a while, just until the right time, just until he could protect her. But time has a way of turning, for a while, into heartbreak. And Zara had been invisible for far too long, until the day Sophia crossed the line, the day she pointed at Zara in front of the entire family and said, "Throw this maid out of my house." And then the front doors opened, footsteps, slow, heavy, powerful. Adrian Stone walked in. Tailored black suit, cold eyes, the kind of silence that makes rich people nervous. He looked at the guards, then at Sophia, then at Zara, and said the words that turned the mansion into a battlefield. "Touch my wife again." Pause. "And every one of you will leave this house." Silence, pure chaos, and the beginning of war. If you think Zara deserves revenge, type fire in the comments. Because tonight, the maid was no longer invisible, and somebody was about to cry in designer heels. 2 years earlier, rain was falling softly over Legos. Not the dramatic kind, the quiet kind, the kind that makes secrets feel safer. Zara stood outside a small civil registry office, holding a simple white bouquet that cost less than Sophia's monthly perfume budget. She wore no designer gown, no expensive diamonds, just a simple white dress and nervous hands. Across from her stood Adrian Stone. No bodyguards, no luxury convoy, no billionaire performance. Just a man, looking at her like the world had finally made sense. "You can still run," he said softly. Zara smiled. "You're the billionaire. You should be the one running." He laughed quietly, that rare laugh, the one almost nobody ever heard. "I'm serious," he said. "So am I." She stepped closer. "Adrian, I don't want your money. I don't want your name. I want peace." His eyes softened. "And if my world refuses to give us peace?" She looked at him, steady, fearless. "Then we fight." Silence, beautiful silence. Then he took her hand, and just like that, they became husband and wife. No applause, no champagne, just love and the beginning of a secret. Because happiness, unfortunately, had enemies. The first enemy was named Madame Eleanor Stone, Adrian's mother, elegant, powerful, terrifying, a woman who believed status was more important than character. She had already chosen Sophia Bennet for her son. Sophia was rich, Sophia was polished, Sophia came from the right family. Sophia smiled like a woman auditioning for inheritance. Perfect, at least to Madame Eleanor. So when Adrian told Zara the truth, she understood immediately. "She'll never accept me," he sighed. "No. Then why marry me?" His answer came without hesitation. "Because I'd rather fight with you than be comfortable without you." That sentence ruined her forever. She loved him more for it. But love doesn't pay for peace. So they created a plan. Temporary, careful, painful. Zara would stay close, inside the mansion, working quietly, watching, waiting, until Adrian could fully take control of the family empire. Then he would reveal everything. Temporary, that dangerous word, because temporary became 2 years. 2 years of silence, 2 years of pretending not to love her in public, 2 years of watching another woman plan a wedding with her husband and Sophia. Sophia was enjoying every second. Back in the present, the Stone mansion was preparing for chaos. Sophia entered the breakfast room like she was arriving for her own coronation. Red designer dress, expensive perfume, confidence, sponsored by delusion. She kissed Madame Eleanor dramatically. "Aunt Eleanor, good morning," Madame Eleanor smiled. "There she is, my future daughter-in-law." Zara stood nearby, serving tea. Quiet, invisible. Sophia looked at her and smiled. The dangerous kind. "Ah, entertainment." "Zara," she said sweetly, "why is my tea cold?" "It was served fresh, ma'am." Sophia took a sip, made a face like tragedy had entered her mouth. "Are you arguing with me?" "No, ma'am." "Then fix it." Zara nodded. "Yes, ma'am." As she turned, Sophia added loudly, "Honestly, some people should learn gratitude. Imagine being rescued from poverty and still having attitude." The staff went silent. Everybody heard it. Everybody pretended not to, because rich people often confuse cruelty with personality. Zara kept walking, because dignity sometimes looks like restraint. But inside, it hurt, not because of the insult, because she knew the truth. She wasn't jealous of Sophia. She was tired, tired of pretending, tired of invisibility, tired of loving her husband like a secret crime. And Adrian? He was tired too. That same morning, he sat inside Stone Global Holdings, staring at legal documents worth more than most neighborhoods. His assistant, Michael, stood nearby. "Sir, your mother has scheduled dinner tonight with Sophia's family." Adrian looked up slowly. "Cancel it. Again, especially again." Michael nodded carefully, then lowered his voice. "And your wife?" Adrian's expression changed, softer, rare. "She's still pretending to be invisible." Michael sighed. "Sir, with respect, how much longer?" That question followed him everywhere. How much longer? Too long already. Adrian stood, picked up his keys. "Tonight," he said. Michael blinked. "Tonight?" He nodded once. "I end this tonight. Because some promises expire, and love should not live like a servant. But fate, like Lagos traffic, never respects timing." That afternoon, Madame Eleanor hosted an important charity luncheon. High society women arrived, wearing enough gold to restart the economy. Sophia moved through them, like a woman already planning her wedding hashtag. And Zara. Zara was serving drinks, quiet, professional, invisible, until Sophia decided invisible was not enough. She wanted humiliation, public humiliation, the dangerous kind. She called out loudly, "Zara, come here!" Every conversation paused. Zara approached calmly. "Yes, ma'am." Sophia smiled sweetly. "Too sweet. Tell everyone here what you used to do before we helped you." The women watched, curious, cruel. Zara answered quietly, "I worked in my aunt's restaurant." Sophia laughed lightly. "See, Isn't life amazing, from local restaurant girl to serving billionaires? Polite laughter followed. Because rich women often clap for wickedness. Sophia stepped closer. You should be grateful. Without families like ours, girls like you remain invisible forever. And then, she accidentally tipped an entire glass of red wine onto Zara's uniform. Gasps. White fabric ruined instantly. Sophia placed a hand on her chest dramatically. Oh no. Liar. Pure liar. Then she said it. The line. The unforgivable line. Maybe kneeling suits you better anyway. And she pointed to the floor. Clean it. Silence. Heavy silence. Zara stood there, wine dripping, humiliation burning. Every eye on her. Some pitying, most entertained. She slowly bent down. Because survival teaches ugly lessons, and just as her hand touched the floor, a deep voice cut through the room. Stand up. Everything froze. Footsteps, slow, heavy, powerful. Adrian Stone, tailored black suit, cold eyes, the kind of anger that arrives politely before destruction. He walked forward, looked at the stain, then at Sophia, then at his mother, then at Zara, and his voice dropped lower. Who told my wife to kneel?